All right, everybody, what's up? What's up? Episode 26 of the Unknown Simplicity podcast. This podcast was recorded outside. It's also a video on YouTube. I figured this makes sense. This is ideal at this moment right now. Just got done a workout, just got done a little run, and I figured right now is the perfect time to do this. So this one's on key takeaways from the last marathon that I did and what I did wrong or what I did right or how can I improve on the next one. So any runners out there or anybody just interested in hearing about the marathon, here are some takeaways that I've learned from my experience in the last marathon. All right, here we go. What is going on, everybody? So we're doing the podcast right here. So this is going to be a podcast. So this is going to be on my mistakes that I made on the marathon. All right, what I could have did better, what I, could have improved on, what I did good. So first things first, I completed it. I'm not complaining. I'm happy. I completed it. I did it. I set the goal. I made it happen. And that's the best result. But as far as performance-wise, I'm going to get into that. So when it came to performance, and let me make it clear, I was jogging. So there's a difference between jogging and running, all right? I was jogging, meaning I wasn't putting a lot of effort into the run. I just wanted to make sure that I can get through it as my first 26-mile distance. So when you're running or racing, it takes a lot out of you. If your body's not up for it, if your legs aren't up for it, if you haven't did any lactate training, where when the lactate builds up in your legs, you're able to flush it out fast, that's through training and doing fast runs, speed workouts, long runs, all that. So I did all that, not to the extent of to be in the race. So number one, what I could have improved on was my water / Gatorade / salt intake. So there are aid stations at, I don't know, every 2 miles, every 3 miles or so. And when those aid stations in Clearwater, you get either water or Gatorade. There's no food, there's no gels, nothing like that. So usually runners have the gels on them, which I did. And it was a new one I tried. So everything was great. The first half, breezed right through it. I kept going, 15, 16, 17 miles. By the time I got to like 18 miles, I knew something was going on. And so back to number one, I was taking in water with my gels, but I didn't take any Gatorade at the aid station. So I was taking only water. And when you're running and you're super thirsty and it's hot, naturally you want water. You think water is the best choice. And what I learned, what I think is right from what I learned, is you should be drinking water and Gatorade. So the Gatorade has the electrolytes, the salt, potassium, sodium, all that. And water is just water, right? So if you're taking in gels and if it doesn't have everything you need, then you need to take Gatorade also. So if you're taking only water with the gels, it's possible that you might not be taking in enough of what you need, the electrolytes. So I believe that was my number one fault. So I wasn't getting as much cramps as I thought. Like my last runs, I felt it coming, but it didn't come fully. The main thing was I just felt like my legs were heavy. Cramps are coming, but they didn't come yet. And I just felt dizzy. So I own it up to that. So that's number one. And I did throw up. I said that in my last video. I did throw up at the end. I was so dizzy. I was probably laying down for like over an hour. Just super dizzy. I ended up finally getting up, getting some electrolytes thanks to All Day Running Co. Forgot the lady's name. She came and asked me if I was okay. And I really needed them electrolytes. So took them in. Shortly after I threw up. But all good. I felt better. So that was number one. Number two, I wore Saucony Endorphin Pro 3s, which are racing shoes. And they're great, but they're great for racing. So since I'm going at a slower pace, and it's not actually slow. I mean, for racing, I guess it's slow. I was going at an 8-minute, 30-second pace majority of the race. Those shoes are for speed, you know, like they're meant to pick up speed and they will carry you along the way. The way the shoe's formed and created is meant to take you along the way. So I could have been using shoes something like this. These are the New Balance. I think the Fresh Foam. These are more for nice, relaxed, casual runs. A lot of cushion. And if you're going slower, it feels the best. So my feet were actually all messed up in those shoes. For one, I'm not used to racing in carbon shoes, running in carbon shoes. And if you're just going slow, then they're not even using it properly. So my feet were hurting so bad. I wanted to stop, but I didn't. So I should have used something a little more comfortable. That's number 2. The right shoes for the right race. Number 3, let's see what number 3 is. There might not even be a number 3. 1 and 2. Proper fuel, nutrition, that's 1. 2 shoes. Number 3, we did it. We completed it. It was awesome. I had a great time. Got to chill with the crew all day. Jesse. We did the saunas. We did the cold plunges. We hit the beach. The views were amazing. All right, man. The views were amazing. Oh, well, maybe this is number 3. Clearwater has a lot of bridges, and some are bigger, some are smaller, but also you go through the town, residential, and it's very hilly. It's not flat. Wasn't expecting that, but it was all good. Maybe I could have did some more training on the bridge, just to help me out a little bit. So it's a loop, 13.1, and you do it again, 13.1. So all the bridges and stuff that we went over, residential, you had to loop it back again. And yeah, everything was all good, to be honest. I felt great. Just a little dizzy, legs were getting a little heavy. But we finished, and I'm super glad. So let me check the time real quick. 7 minutes. You know, I like to keep the podcast under 10 minutes. So that's the recap. I know I'm a little late. That's the recap of the Clearwater Marathon, what I did wrong, what I could improve on. And I'm not an elite runner by no means. I'm an average runner that likes to push myself, try new things. And this is what it's all about. I want to share this for the people that maybe want to get started running, or maybe you are running already and maybe you're not sure about marathons. I've done multiple half marathons. I've done the hilliest half marathon in the world, 5,000 feet of elevation gain, I believe, in Maine. I've done the Miami half marathon. I did multiple half marathons in Miami Beach, and then I did the full Clearwater, and I run pretty much every day. So yeah, that's that, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We did a little different today. Podcast. We just got done a little run, little workout. Now we're gonna get ready to go. All right. To the next one. Peace.